Greetings, brothers and sisters. Bartek here. Welcome back to part 11 of our playthrough for Alaloth, Champions of the Four Kingdoms. If you missed the last episode, here's a quick recap. We entered the Desolation of Baga, for short, the Orcish Kingdoms, and we were doing dungeons, known in this game as fighting areas. And the last dungeon that we did was the Dungeon of Blackheart, which is a 2-skull dungeon on a 4-skull difficulty, when 1 is a walk in the park and 4 is really demanding. And there's also a bonus difficulty designated by a skull with horns, where a big-ass boss resides. And we already managed to meet one of those bosses in the Elven lands, got wiped 3 times, and put our tail between our legs and ran off, scared, shamed, and traumatized. But what we're doing now is we are going to level up our character. We are going to get lots of money. We are going to get better weapons. We are going to get good and hopefully finally return to that place and show that big-ass boss who's the big-ass boss. Side note, it's gonna be us. Alright guys, so we're gonna begin this episode with leveling of the Venerable Arwen of Nirthiniel, Conqueror of Larestier, because this was the second dungeon that we cleared consecutively. We get points, which allow us to level up. So we are going to start with the stat points. Now, I've been giving it a lot of thought, whether I want to max out Constitution for this character or I want to start a new path, for example, Strength, so as to deal more damage. And you know what? I'm going to go with Constitution. I want to finish this. I want to complete this level of... I want to complete this path, let's say. I don't know what to call it. Basically, I just want to level up Constitution. I want to get it to the max. We did just that. And next step is probably we're going to go into Strength so that we can deal more damage. But that's not all. Because this is the second dungeon, we, apart from a stat point, we also get a trait point, which we can spend. Now, the one thing, I'm gonna move back a little bit. Take a look at this. Take a look at this graph. We can have 4 active traits. We can have 4 traits active at a time, as well as 4 combat skills, which are down here on the screen to the left. We've already got 2, because we started building a Necro Elf build. And we're going to continue down that path when it comes to combat skills. But when it comes to traits, it's a tough one. It's a tough one for one reason. All of them, on paper at least, they seem really interesting and really good. So for example, Veteran, Way of Arms, Cooldown. Well, this isn't really us because Way of Arms is this skill tree, and we are down here in the Way of Gods, where the Necromancer skill tree is located. So, alright, Veteran, not the best example, we don't need that, but take a look at this, Dealer, 20% discount with vendors, considering the fact that the prices in the game are really high and you have to go and restock and repair quite a lot, quite often. This is definitely tempting. Then we got Scholar, Way of Nature skills, again, not our tree because this is the Way of Nature. Who knows, maybe later down the path we will respec using the Orb of Chaos, I think it's called. It's an item that drops and you can use it in the temples dedicated to the different deities in the world, and you can respec, you know, however many times you want, I guess. But we're investing in the Necromancer path in the Way of God. So again, back to traits. This isn't really our thing. Stormborn, magic damage suffered, minus 30%. Really good. Bleeding resistance, plus 30%. Physical damage reduction, 15%. And I was actually, in between the playthroughs when I was off camera, I was going through these, and I am very partial to this particular trait, simply because, despite the fact that we're a Necromancer, we cannot avoid hand-to-hand combat. And bleeding resistance and physical damage reduction is always good. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, you can stay alive longer and you can take much more punishment. and you don't wipe as often publicly, and it doesn't cause as much humiliation. So yeah, just to cut it short, guys, I'm gonna go with the stone skin trait again. Bleeding resistance plus 30% and physical damage reduction plus 15. Let's get this over with. Yes, we want to acquire this particular trait, and as mentioned before, we are going down the necromancer path already. We have empiric touch, which basically is a lifesteal. For 13 seconds, whenever you deal damage to an enemy, you are healed for 35% of the damage inflicted. Side note again, this is nerfed. A couple of days ago, this figure was 50%. You were healed for 50% of the damage inflicted, excuse me. But the devs are intensively nerfing many skills for the sake of balance. They're just pumping out the hotfixes, they're pumping out the patches, and good for them, because this game, oh boy, it does need balancing, it does need patches, it does need hotfixes. So I'm okay with it. Anyhow, we have Empiric Touch. This was our first skill point that we acquired down the Necromancer tree. Then the second one we got was Summon Undeads, where we summon skeletons from the ground. Number of skeletons summoned is equal to your to your level. And if I'm not mistaken, right now we should be able to summon 3 skeletons. They're not very beefy, they're not very tanky, they do go down quickly, but god, they look real cool. So that leaves us with 2 skills in the Necromancer tree. First is Curse. The enemy struck with the curse suffers 32 magic damage. Not very much, but every second for 10 seconds. That means an enemy will suffer 320 magic damage. For the duration of the curse, the afflicted resistances are decreased by 10%, and the second skill point that we have not yet taken is Affliction. It creates a field around us that lasts for 10 seconds. When an enemy enters the field, they suffer 90 damage of the magic type, and their stamina cost is increased by 90. So, Affliction or Curse? Curse has got 13 seconds cooldown and causes, I think this icon means 30 damage, whereas Affliction causes 50, which again is not very in line with the description. But maybe there's something I'm missing. I'm not gonna nitpick right now. Affliction or Curse? Affliction or Curse? You know what, guys? I'm gonna go with the Curse, because I curse a lot in real life. Can't do that in the videos, although sometimes I slip by 1 or 2 or 3 evil words, bad words, they slip through. But yeah, we're gonna go with the Curse. Already known. Fantastic. All right, let me just take a quick look at the durability of our equipment. Hold on. Ring of Luck. 10% luck. No, we don't want that. We don't want. We have -5 skill cooldown on both rings. All right. We have also a ring that we can equip, which gives us +7 critical probability. Ring of Luck, which gives us +10% luck, and +10 max stamina. I'm considering exchanging one of the lesser rings of determination for a lesser ring of vigor, but perhaps this is not yet the proper time. Also, if you're a returning I'm laughing because this is comedy, really. If you're a returning viewer to the channel and to this particular playthrough, you know that one of the key components for cooking recipes is freaking food dressing. Something we can't seem to get a hold of. I did ask in the Discord. The devs said the food dressing is no, sorry, they're Italian. So a food dressing is available in many of the vendors in the cities around the world. Again, those of you who have been around for quite a few episodes know that I've been searching high and low. Food dressing, not a thing. At least I didn't get it. Mind you, if we have money and we find food dressing, we are going to buy plenty of it so that we don't run out, because I want to cook. I have this halfling gene in me that just kind of like wants to sit around the fire and cook stuff before we go and buff ourselves and yeah, just be badass cooks. Okay, so we have the pony banner flying next to Blackheart, which means we own this place right now. We owned that place. Now, one of the quests that we got. Wait, hold on. Actually, you know what? Before we go to Westfall, because we have a quest there as well in Westfall, which I think is already in the human kingdoms, but that's just like all the fetch quests. We have to bring a letter from a woman merchant, if I'm not mistaken, to her husband who resides in Westfall, but there is also a quest that I chose to track in Vhoken'Mahl, and I want to do this. Let me show you why. Because journal, yes, because wait for it, because the reward for this quest is a purple item, and I'm a sucker for purple. I want that reward. And bring Vurkang's tooth to Dermine Volkos in, oh boy, Vhoken'Mahl. And Vurkang is actually the big bad boss of the Blackheart dungeon that we cleared out during our last playthrough. If you want to see how that went, just pop, click playthrough number 10. You're gonna see no spoilers there. It was emotional. So anyways, we have the Abysmal Ripper in our sights. We just have to bring Vurkang's tooth to Volkus in that place. So yeah, let's go there. I want that violet, purple, whatever you want to call it, item. We have not yet got any epic / violet items. Vhoken'Mahl, set in the south part of Baga and close to the sea, the city of Vhoken'Mahl is an almost obligatory landmark before venturing forth into the desolation. The proximity of the sea makes its climate a little cooler compared to other Orcish cities. And you know what? I have it on good authority. Many of the subscribers, many of the viewers of this playthrough, they said, again, in episode 10, this is the first time we went down into the Orcish lands and we visited the first Orcish city. They said the art style was the bomb. And I don't know about this one because I've never been to Vhoken'Mahl, but let's see if they manage to keep up the very good impression that the artists made with the first Orcish city. Let's see what this looks like. This town is a traveler's last chance lest he falls to the desolation. Settled on the south and close to the sea, Vhoken'Mahl prospers from cool weather compared to its fellow cities in the Baga. The legendary house of Ayagesh, once believed to be slaughtered by Alaloth's tempest, now reborn to reap the life out of the exiles roaming the land. Vhoken'Mahl, very civilized. It definitely doesn't have as much of an Orcish / wild / tribal feel to it as the first city that we visited in episode 10. But hey, let's not judge by appearances, I guess. Well, first off, let's return the quest. Let's get that sweet violet / purple / epic gear. Hope we do. Come on, game, don't screw us over. Dermine Volkos, I heard rumors that you were seen coming out of the Blackheart. Tell me, did you cross paths with the exiles that made camp there? I'm wondering about a particularly ugly one, or their leader. I have. I also ripped out his tooth as a trinket. Elvish, yet very Orcish. Rip out the tooth as a trinket. Fantastic. When in Rome, right, guys? Then the shame is gone after all these years. You might have saved us by coincidence, but you saved us nevertheless. My clan thanks you for ridding us of that vile creature. Farewell, the Abysmal Ripper. Yes. Yes. Let me see. One-handed weapon, guys. Unique. Epic. Of Orcish origin. Created with no proper design. makes sense. Just the idea that a sword must both cut and frighten the opponent. The dual blades allow to slice both ways. It definitely is scary. Let's compare it with what we've got equipped now. Oh boy. Plus 60 physical damage. Yes, there is a decrease in critical probability and critical damage, but plus 60 physical damage is something I could definitely go with. It's got plus 2 durability, so hopefully we won't need to repair it as often. And it's got a 30% bleed probability, up 9% to the currently equipped cutlass that we got rocking. Physical damage absorption, yeah, we're not going to use it for blocking, we're going to use it for parrying. Definitely, let us equip it, and oh, check it out. Very orcish-like. Fantastic, loving it. Loving it, absolutely. Plus, you know, the skills, I mean, the stats, fantastic. Let me just quickly compare the cutlass in our offhand, because we are rocking a dual-wield build at the moment. The cutlass has higher physical damage, but has lower critical probability. It's got higher physical damage absorption, which I don't really... 4 out of 5 durability is better than the brass knuckler that we have currently equipped in our offhand, and 21% bleed probability. The Abysmal Reaper has a 30% bleed probability, so this 1% increase is negligible at the very least. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take the cutlass. I'm gonna take the cutlass in my offhand. I am very happy with this item. Okay, just a quick check of the bulletin board. No quests available. We are in the city at night, so you know what? We're gonna retreat for just a quick gander at the world map. We're going to wait till dawn, till day, so that there are more NPCs in the streets. More NPCs means more lore. Possibly more quests. And fingers crossed, guys, dare I say it? Maybe, finally, we get to find the coveted food dressing. But I don't want to jinx it. Torug Tahred, the delicate balance between prosperity and all-out war hangs in the balance, champion. The fine line you walk on is getting thinner by the day. Will you falter? Will you fail? But that is not for me to say, but the peace of the desolation must be kept at all costs. Are you a keeper of peace, then? I am a broker of treaties, a mediator of clans. I am Torug of Clan Tahred. I know the desolation like the palm of my hand, and it is a fragile realm, prone to catastrophe. It is up to us to keep it all together, make sure that none of the clans fight one another, and deny Alaloth his victory. May you succeed, Torug. Okay, so that was just a little bit of lore. That was a little bit of a lore dump. What do we want? There's a quest giver right here in the center to the surviving halls. And there's a blacksmith down here. No vendors. Oh, no, wait, actually, there are vendors. So, maybe food dressing? Maybe? I'm gonna buy the hell out of food dressing, as much as I can freaking carry/afford. Turbag. Greetings, warrior. It is good to see that your kind is not gone from this world. I used to be a lot like you, fighting for my kingdom, for my people, for our lives. These days are now gone, but I still have fond memories to enjoy, although I wish I could still defend myself like before. Defend yourself from what, Turbag? From those terrorists out in the wastes, the exiles. I used to cut them down for sport, but now they ambush me without breaking a sweat. Took my precious amulet too, irreplaceable, priceless. I would do anything to get my hands on it again. And let me guess, you're gonna want me to get it back for you? Say, if you're heading in the direction of the Dismal Slopes, could you look for the exile gang that took my amulet? I don't have much, but I'd be willing to pay you for their death and the amulet back. I'll see what I can do, Turbag. Of course I'm gonna help you, bro. questing is kind of like what I do, like it or not. A Dishka begs at the feet of the matriarch, like all of our kind does. Champion or not, you will not forget your place in my present, or I'll have the guards boil you in tomorrow's stew. Aggressive much, Dushoga? Really? We've just met. Now, bed quickly. I don't have time to entertain the lowest of lives. Hostile. Tell me of your clan. You wish to open my wounds for the world to bear? You think that will make one of the last few Aigesh tremble? You'd think wrong. My brothers, sisters, cousins, all slaughtered because of Alaloth. And now anyone that chooses his side will meet his end gruesomely. We used to rule this land ever since Doge Marine. The butchery is unintentional, guys. Blame the devs. I mean, praise the devs for making it interesting, but oh boy. Yeah, smart asses. Try to read it aloud, yeah? For the first time you see it. Not that simple, eh? Anyhow, again, we used to rule this land ever since Dodge Marine, and yet, here we are with almost nothing to our name. A great legacy destroyed, but trust me, we will rebuild, and we will return, stronger than ever. I'll leave you be now. I'll leave you be now, your eminence. Yeah, crazy alert. Much crazy. So wacko. Okay. The Surviving Halls, which is apparently the name of the local tavern. Check out the cauldron. Wonder what they're freaking boiling in there. Ratkin soup? Troll stew? Huh. Okay. And of course not. I mean, what was I expecting? You know what I was looking for, guys. You damn well know what I was looking for. Food dressing. Again, critical fail. Not one roll. Nowhere in sight. Nowhere in sight. Okay, I don't want to sleep. I don't want to do anything. Let's get to the pyramid square. The thing I really like about this game is, I mean, there's a ton of things I like about this game, but one of the things I really like about this game are the really short loading times. I mean, they're incredibly short, and even though this is not like a seamless experience, the short loading times, they really make up for the fact that there are loading screens. Alright, lesser magic armor, elemental, potion of will strength, elixir of might, blah blah blah, wooden pieces, bread, grilled cheese, fudge. Do we have anything that we could sell? Fires. I want to keep that. Just in case. Just in case. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that sooner or later we will be facing some kind of magic beast that hurls fire in our direction, and those resistances will definitely become handy then. Wayfarer Cloak. Is that better than what we have? Wayfarer Cloak? Minus 5% skill cooldown. I'll take it. I'll take it. Where's me cloak? Here's me cloak. Up. Alright. And yeah, so basically the one that we have now, even though much more designer in looks, it doesn't have the minus 5 skill cooldown, and I want a minus 5 skill cooldown. Minus 5 skill cooldown for the win, always. And a blacksmith. Okay. 1 second. Okay, guys. Let's visit the blacksmith real quick. Ah, another quest giver here. Fantastic. Let's repair, definitely. Repair. Repair all. 71 coin. Fantastic. Now, hold on. Craft. One of my subscribers mentioned that it is possible to upgrade to upgrade the equipment that we're currently having equipped with ingots. I just am not sure how to do this. I don't want to. No, I do not want to sell. Do not want to sell all. Craft. How does this work? It seems that I can pick material. Okay, hold on. Let's pick material. How do I pick material? Okay, so apparently this blacksmith is of a pretty low level because we can only choose the dark iron ingots. And I've got much higher quality ingots in my inventory. But I've been told by the devs in the Discord and on Steam forums that, as is customary in RPGs, certain artisans, they have certain level caps, and this particular one seems to be only... Oh, wait, no, hold on. Aha! Okay, so this is how it works. You go left and right. You go left and right, and depending on the type of ingots that you choose, the blacksmith will create a weapon with different stats. Very nice. We have enough Valorite ingots. And if we compare it to the currently equipped epic weapon that we have in our main hand, much less physical damage, more crit damage and probability. Whoa, 9 durability. Wow, that's something. But a huge downgrade to the attack stamina cost. We get winded real quick. Malachite, compare it. Again, much lower physical damage. Okay, this is something I'm gonna have to flirt with off camera, probably, because I have a sneaky plan so as not to bore you guys with the menial life of the champion, such as, well, killing ratkin, killing trolls, killing spiders, killing skeletons, killing turtles, and, you know, the small quests. I'm gonna do them off camera so that we have a bit more money to throw around, as well as I'm going to maybe perhaps during the journeys I'm gonna find a blacksmith who will be able to make us a really nice weapon. Plus, God, I hope I will find food dressing. But I won't do any of the main quests. I won't do like the more unique quests, such as like the delivery of the letter, because yes, believe it or not, this is one of the more unique quests that actually forces you to travel into a distant kingdom from the one that you're currently questing in. So yeah, I'm not going to do anything quote unquote big. I'm going to only do some grindy you know, mob slaying to get some money, because, well, we're not very rich at the moment. So, okay, let's see what this little quest giver is about to bestow us with. A large matriarch. Okay, stands before you, but unlike her fellow mothers, she's not outfitted for war or governance. The symbols of her clan are stitched into her garbs. That of Clan Ogmalis, the keeper of the knowledge. Another librarian, perhaps? Do you hear the shrieking of them all? The call of the desert sun. Marika is in need of new warriors for her cause. The matriarchs are ready to let those deserving of adulthood ascend to their rightful place. Will you aid in this most sacred task? What do you need me to do, Archivist Bulgruza? When the child is brought before me, They are to drink the elixir of Ukar Rakagul. It is a test, a way to weed out the worthy from the lesser beings. Those that are strong continue on their path. Those that don't are quickly forgotten. The trial of grasses comes to mind. That's the ritual that Witcher candidates, small boys, had to undergo. They were poisoned by, like, the old Witchers, the proper Witchers, in a very painful trial that mutated, twisted their bodies, gave them supernatural abilities, yes, but I don't remember what percent, but less than 10% of the candidates survived. The other 90 died a horrible, horrible, painful death. So this ritual that Archivist Bulgruza wants us to partake in, direct reference to Sapkowski's Andrzej, okay, let me go full Polish mode here, Andrzej Sapkowski. For those of you using English, Andrzej Sapkowski probably sounds more familiar. He is the father of the Witcher saga, on which the games by CD Projekt and the Netflix series is based on. But back to Alaloth. So yes, the trial of the grasses continue. The creation of the sacred elixir is an impossible task that only few know. Our last shaman passed, and now we must rely on an old human witch for our sacred ritual. To do so, she must have the venom of both the mighty scorpion and the giant serpent of the dunes. I need you to bring it to her. I will bring the venom required. So, the venom of the scorpion and the giant serpent of the dunes. Kind of reminds me of, like, the first fighting area that we did in Baga, in the Orcish lands. There were lots of scorpions and there were lots of snakes in there, so we just might rerun that dungeon. It was a simple one skull dungeon, so nothing really too difficult, nothing too fancy. Veterans claim Turbag who slew many users for an old amulet. Will we be able to see the amulet on the map? Is it marked on the map? Or need I... Okay, here it is. Blackheart. So it turns out that we have to return to Blackheart to redo the dungeon, this time with a quest that we got. And we have to rerun it and fulfill the quest. Okay. Are there any more? The ritual of Ukar Rakagul. Yes. Is it marked now anywhere? The ritual of the thingy tangy is... Yeah, exactly. Is also in the Blackheart. So we have 2 reasons now to rerun Blackheart dungeon, but we're not going to do it on video because you've already seen me do it. So I'm gonna get back to you guys. I'm gonna get back to you after I complete some of those more menial quests, after I get some money, and perhaps after I rerun Blackheart and have the quest items ready to return. Guys, I'm gonna finish up for now. Expect a new episode really quick because this is weird. I mean, maybe it's not weird, maybe it's normal, but I'm actually starting to enjoy the game more the more I play it. In the beginning, it was seemingly very, very WoW-like. It was just fetch quests. Now there are still fetch quests, yeah, but they're starting to interweave with some quests that aren't 100% fetch quests. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but personally, I think that they're getting more interesting. You get more lore. You get to explore more of the map, and boy, oh boy, check this out, guys. Again, I can't get over how big this world actually is. In the center, the 5th Kingdom, the mythic place where Alaloth, the evil the evil god, is being kept. And this is ultimately our goal. to gain access to it and kick his ass. But before we do that, look at all these things we can explore. Look at all these things we can loot potentially. This game is growing on me. I'm not gonna lie. This game is definitely growing on me. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Please like if you liked the video. Please comment if there's anything you want to say regarding the game itself, the playthrough, the channel, anything that's, you know, on your mind. Feel free to dump it in the comments. I'd be glad to read it and respond, because I make it a personal obligation to respond to all the comments, nice or not, whatever they may be. And incidentally, if you happen to like the video a lot, why not subscribe it so that you don't miss out on any similar content in the future? And even though, like, you know, some of you might be losing interest, I'm actually gaining interest in this game, so I will be going through with more and more videos for Alaloth. Whether I complete the game, it's a completely different story. I don't want to set anything in stone as of now, but the way things are looking up currently, yeah, I'm all for it. I want to keep going as long as you guys want to watch it. And yeah, I'm rambling again. So just to cut it short, guys, once again, thank you so much for listening. Hope to catch you and read your comments in the next episode, as well as this one. Bartek out.